Hi and welcome to SketchUp Pro for absolute beginners. I'm going to teach you today how to do some amazing stuff with SketchUp. It's going to be the super quick start guide. As you'll have seen, I've just double clicked on the SketchUp icon to launch it. Then I come down here to start using SketchUp. Click on that and it loads up like this. Now even before we do any actual drawing, the first thing we want to do is we want to turn on one more toolbox. It will come in handy later. So click View, Toolbars, and then scroll down here to Views. What this extra toolbar that's just appeared here does is it lets it look at the zone that we've got from different places. There are other ways to do that, and the scroll wheel on the mouse, that's the middle thing that wheels forwards and backwards, will help you zoom in and zoom out. It'll also, when you press it down, it'll allow you to navigate around this imaginary space. So at the moment we've got some axis and we've got a gardener. Click on the gardener, press the delete key, and then it is time to get busy. This is the tool we're going to use most often, but we'll also use this one. This is the shape tool, and start off with, we're just going to draw a rectangle. And you'll see it'll go, the computer tries to guess which axis you're going for, and that's called inference, and it usually gets it right, but it doesn't always, which can cause a few problems. So there's my rectangle. Not very cool, not very 3D. Click on this tool, which is the push pull tool, and stretch your rectangle upwards, and suddenly we've got a nice cuboid. See, I'm using the middle mouse button to move in and out. It's a bit longer than I want, so I shall just leave that setting there, click here and just push that in. That looks a bit more like it. Now I can change it again later if I want to, navigating in and out by zooming in various places and out in various places with the scroll wheel. Next I'm going to draw a cylinder, so to do that, click up here, come down to circle, around about in the middle. I'm going to draw a circle. I'm actually going to draw a sequence of these. You'll notice that when you're near the middle, it snaps to the middle. In order to draw a circle, you click on the spot that you want to draw from, and then you drag out. If you're not happy with the inference, here it's flickering between things I'm not really happy with, just zoom in a bit more, and it gives you more choice over where to go. So that'll do for now. Then I can either click off, or I can just click straight onto this tool, the push pull tool, and I'll zoom out a bit and I'll pull that out a bit, and I'm going to pull that out a bit further, and I'll pull that bit out a bit further, and you can see already I've made myself a camera. Pretty cool. I might not be totally thrilled with the dimensions, and it's very easy to change things whilst you're working, certainly in the initial stages in SketchUp. So if I want to look a bit more sophisticated, actually make it look a bit slimmer. Next thing I'm going to do is I might choose to just add a couple of rectangles to it to make it a bit more interesting and make those rectangles into cuboids. So click on the shapes, rectangle, and I'll have a screen on the back, and I'll just make that screen go inwards rather than outwards, so it's pretty cool. Just protects the glass a bit, as we know, maybe a little bit further than you would in real life, just so you can see the 3D-ness of it. And that's pretty cool. I'll add a few buttons. Normally I'd spend quite a while doing this, but now I'll just do it quickly just so you can get the idea. Now I've drawn one, and obviously we can use copy and paste, but for now just practice using the tools. You also see that when I'm hover over something, it infers that you want to come at 90 degrees to it, or parallel to it, depending on what it is. So I've got a few circles, can change those into cylinders. I'll just drag those out, and I've got myself a pretty cool camera. I need an on button on the top, so use the middle mouse button to move around, come to the top, circle, have a pretty cool power button there, and another simple take picture button there. Stretch that up. The power button's normally slightly higher than everything else, but it's also normally got a little bit of protection around it like that, so it doesn't get accidentally knocked. There's my camera. Now over here, you may already have this open. If not, click on Materials, and it does depend on which version of SketchUp you're using as to whether this loads automatically. And I want to go for a bit of glass, so glass and mirrors. I'll click that one, and I'll just pop that on the lens so we can see into the lens of it. That's pretty cool. It's like a real lens. And the default sort of colour scheme's fine for most things, but you might want to improve them a bit, so a different sort of metal, particularly on the lens as it juts out there, and then maybe just go for a very simple colour for the screen, so colours, could be anything. You can actually install pictures in there, which I'll show you about another time, but for now I'll just colour that in blue, so you just get a fairly cool idea of a very quick camera in SketchUp. Quick reminder, key tools, shape tool, push pull tool. If you do something you don't like, just click up here and go for edit undo. That'll undo anything, and with those you can draw yourself a very cool camera. Good luck, and don't forget to skim through again if you need to just double check anything. Thank you. Hopefully see you again soon.